I feel like this video is missing something. That's better. What's up? Alright, so I'm gonna go straight into it. Like, you saw the game probably. You're watching this, so I assume you watched the game too. If you didn't, let me tell you. So let's just jump right into the first quarter. We started out really slow. The Jazz just looked like they weren't running anything, and like we're basically just out there, you know? Like there was no rhythm. Like I didn't see any rhythm. Their defense was sloppy. They allowed the Knicks too many good shots. The Knicks missed most of them until the end of the first. The end of the first, the Knicks and Austin Rivers in general got hot. Austin Rivers in the first half, I think, went 8 for 8. That's inexcusable. That's the reason we lost to him the other time. Austin Rivers cooked us. It's all good though, you know. But the problem was pretty much our scoring in that first half. Like Donovan at the end had 3 and was like 0 for 5 or something like that. It was bad. Or no, I think he did make a field goal at the end of it. He made a field goal at the end of the half there. Conley only had 2 at the end of the half. Gobert's really the only one that played decently at the end of the half there. Yeah, the first half was very sloppy. I think as a team, we made 5 threes out of 22. 5 for 22 in the first half from 3. And we are the #1 team in 3-point percentage. So that's bad. That's like 22%. We shoot 40%. That's bad. Like, that's not even bad. That's just terrible. That's straight out unacceptable. And the Knicks, like, I got to give credit to the Knicks, especially Austin Rivers and Julius Randle in that first quarter, or the first half, I guess. The entire Knicks team, not just them, but just absolutely dominated. They had their way, and that's why they were up by like 10 at halftime. But entering halftime, I don't know what speech Quinn Snyder gave them, but they were firing on all cylinders. And 4.5 minutes into the game, they were only down 4. Like, they were hitting everything, especially Mike Conley. Mike Conley down that stretch was fantastic. I think he had like 13 points that entire quarter. Like, he was impressive. Mitchell never really got it going. He didn't play a lot in the third quarter. He didn't really get it going. That's when Gobert started getting a lot more offensive rebounds. Now, that's not new, but like it really helped us come back. And by the end of that quarter, I think we were losing by like 2. Not done with this quarter. Niang got off to a very slow start, and then in the third quarter, in like the second half area, he really picked it up. Not only that, he looks so much more consistent on this 9-game win streak we now have. It's before he just looked like a player that shouldn't get minutes. Now he's hitting so many. Like he's definitely not the starter, not even close to a starter caliber, but man, he's such a good role player right now, and I hope he can continue that all the way to the end of the season. But that's a long road ahead. And for the reason, the Knicks, I don't know what happened. Austin Rivers got shut down in the second half. I saw that. Started double teaming him more, coming off screens a lot better. When he tried to play that pick and roll game, that didn't work for him. Did in the first half, didn't in the second. He got stopped. And he was their main source of scoring. If they didn't have Austin Rivers in that first half, we would have been leading that first half. Austin Rivers is such an undervalued player for that team. And the reason we got off to such a good start is because, 1, he's a bench player. And 2, he's just so valuable to them on offense. Not really defense, but offense. Offensively, he brings such a spark when he goes off. Like, he doesn't stop. He just does it. Like, you saw when he hit those daggers against us in New York. And earlier in this game, you saw it when he's hitting those daggers at the start, or pretty much in the second quarter, I guess. Donovan never really got going this game. He ended with 9 points, although he did get 8 rebounds, so it was alright. Clarkson off the bench did okay. 13, that's not bad for him. It was a little bit of an off shooting night for him. Definitely an off shooting night. O'Neal. Royce did a lot more on the scoring end this game than he normally does. He had 20 points, and we had, out of our 5 3-pointers made in that second or in the first half, he scored 2 of those. So he was good all game, like consistent. And this year, it just seems like he's become a way better rebounder. He got 6 this game. He's averaging around like 7 or 8. I don't know what happened to him, but he's on fire. Bogdanovich is I love him, but like he's so slow, you know. He's moving, not like moving physically slow, but in terms of development this year, slow. Like he'll average double digits this year, and he is, but it just seems this is not the Bogdanovich we saw last year. This is not the 20 points per game Bogdanovich we saw last year. The Bogdanovich that hit 2 buzzer beaters. This is not him. And I know he's coming off a wrist surgery, which doesn't help. But man, I really miss last year's Bogdanovich. That Bogdanovich was crazy. And if we had, like I said, if we had him in the bubble last year, we would have won. But that was last year. No one really cares anymore. Let's talk about the player of the game, Rudy Gobert. 1,000% deserved for Rudy. Maybe you could make an argument for Conley, but it was probably Rudy because he got 18 rebounds, 19 points, and I think 4 blocks and a steal with 2 assists. Gobert played phenomenally. And, there's all these talks about whether he deserved that contract. I'm not going to argue that. I don't care. But there's games where it looks like he deserves it and games where it looks like we may have made a mistake. Not necessarily a mistake, but maybe could have tried to negotiate with him better. That makes sense. I'm positive that Rudy Gobert can develop into the $200 million player that we want him to be. It's just he needs the consistency, He needs games like tonight, every night, And if he can do that, it'll be worth the $200 million. Will be worth it 1,000%. But right now, this year, he's not playing like $200 million. He's had games where it's looked like it, like tonight, but overall, not worth it in my opinion yet. But like I said, there's, what are we, 13-4, 17 games into the season? I mean, come on, there's 70 games in the season. Not even halfway. Maybe not even a quarter of the way. I don't know. I'm bad at math. Let's talk about Joe Ingles too. Real quick, before the video ends, let me talk about Joe Ingles. So, I feel like in the last couple seasons of his career, he's became more of a facilitator, taking the ball up kind of guy and passing it out. I mean, he's still aggressive shooting the ball, but not as much as he used to be. The Joe now is shooting, but also looking for players more than he is looking for his own shot. He's becoming more of a team player. Not necessarily. He's always been a team player, but he's now looking for assists more than points, which is okay. We definitely have guys on this team that can score. Everybody on our team can score. Undoubtedly, if you give anyone on our team the ball, they'll score. They have a chance to score, like no doubt. Even our bench players, like Udoka or Shaquille, Miye. I don't know. Any of those guys can definitely score the ball. So that's why I think Joe Ingles is trying to play facilitator more, because he knows, like Donovan, he can score at will if he wants to. Just couldn't get it done tonight. He's just missing off the front rim a lot. Niang can. Favors might be the only one that's like, can he score consistently? No. And consistently, like, he can average and do double digits and make shots consistently all night and all season. I think Favors is one of the only players on our team that cannot do that. But like Royce, he scored at will tonight. Not even just from 3, from inside and mid range. Bogey had a good spurt in the third quarter, I believe, where he had a 3. I don't know. He had a good third quarter though. I think he had a good quarter. I don't know if it was the third quarter, But Joe had 6 assists. He had 7 points too, but the 6 assists is good. I love that Joe's sharing the rock a lot more. He wasn't. I think he was the assist leader. I'm not sure. He was. Yeah, he was the assist leader for our team, and I'm okay with that. If he wants to take on that role for Conley, that's fine. Because I'm okay with Conley being a scorer. I like him being as a facilitator, playmaker type person. But if Conley wants to shoot and Joe Ingles past him, that's perfectly fine. I'm okay with that. Vice versa. Like if Mike Conley wants to score or pass and Ingles wants to score, I'm okay with that. Both of them can score and both of them can pass. And that's fine. Now, I would say the same for Donovan, but I want Donovan to be our main scorer, 1,000%. Like every Jazz fan, I assume that's who we want as our main scorer right now. Maybe, we'll see. All right, we got that 9-game win streak going. Hopefully, I think for Thursday, I think we go to Dallas and play the Mavericks. That's going to be interesting, seeing if we can stop Luka, because we did last year. We did pretty good against Mavericks last year. And Kristaps. Got to stop Kristaps, but I'm pretty sure Gobert can do that. Question is, can Kristaps stop Gobert? We'll have to find out. Thanks for watching if you did. I always make Jazz content like this, so if you want to, like the video, I would not be opposed. Or maybe subscribe. Oof. If you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. I can't control you, bro. Thanks for watching. Take note.